Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is You Had Me at Hey, Chapter 26, and this one is titled Vin Diesel Approves. You walked into the studio and put your recording device down on the sound desk before walking over to the guitar case and pulling a guitar out. As you turned back to the recording device, you saw that some of the memory bar had already been used. Oh, that's odd. I don't remember leaving anything on there. I always move my recordings to the desktop. You pressed playback and discovered, to your surprise, part of a song that sounded familiar. Crap, is this the Quirk song that I dreamed about? Wait, did I play that in my sleep? You stood there, dumbfounded for a second. I can't believe I actually recorded this, you laughed internally. That's actually pretty darn good. You played it back, listening to all the different components. Yeah, I could definitely use this, you thought as you copied it across to the sound desk so you could mix it with Jirou's song. You played around and inserted different textures of instruments, fading some of the sounds and pulling forth others. By 2 a.m, you actually had it finished. Whoa, go me, you praised with a smile. I actually completed it earlier than the due date. You promptly carried your sleepy ass out of the studio up to your room and flopped into bed, forgetting all about your USB that was still plugged into the sound desk with your completed song on it. It wasn't until the afternoon the next day that you remembered that you'd left it there. Oh, I hope it's still there. Even if Dad has pulled it out, it should be somewhere in the studio. As you approached the storefront after school, you saw the delivery van outside. Oh yes, more instruments, you thought excitedly. Then you saw them carrying some items out. Hold up, what's going on here? You smiled as you approached one of the guys. Hey, what did we get today? You asked casually, watching as he picked up some of the wrapping that had fallen off the item he'd just taken. New guitars, drum set, and a sound desk, he said, pointing to his fingers as he listed the items. Sound desk? Awesome, you said excitedly, as you turned and raced into the shop and out the back to see it. You entered the studio and stopped, your jaw dropping at the sight of the new desk. Oh, wow, it's gorgeous, you squealed as you put your bag down and walked over. Do you like it? Your dad asked as he came in behind you. It's so new, you exclaimed. It even has a mix bar of its own. This is going to be so handy for when I make my Wait, where's my USB? Sorry, your what? Your dad asked in confusion. USB. My USB that was plugged into the... Oh, no! You screamed when you looked around the room and saw that the USB wasn't anywhere. Dad, did you take my USB out of the old sound desk? Language, Yin. No, I didn't, he replied, a perplexed look on his face. What's on the USB? My final piece, you hollered as you raced past him and out of the shop to the front, hoping to catch the delivery van before it left. But as you shot out the door, you caught a glimpse of it turning the corner at the end of your street. No, you wailed. Honey, what's happened? Your dad asked as he came jogging up to the door. My piece, you wailed again. I finished my final piece to submit for my grade and it's on the USB that I accidentally left plugged into the back of the sound desk and it's still there, I'm sure, you said in tears as they welled up in your eyes. Well, we need to go and get it then, your dad said, running back inside and grabbing his keys. Come on, he yelled as he ran to the garage. You sprinted after him and dived into the passenger side of the car as he jumped in and reversed the car. Which way did the van go? He asked as he reversed out onto the road. That way, you said as you pointed off down the road. Your dad snapped the gear stick into drive and you shot off down the road. Dad? You gasped. I've never seen you drive like this before, you yelped as he clicked up through the gears quickly. You've never seen me do a lot of things, Yin, he said in a low voice as he turned the corner quickly. Whoa, you yelled as you slid slightly in the seat. It's giving Fast and Furious. I trained Paul Walker, he joked as he shot you a smile. Not gonna lie, but my dad's being kind of cool right now. He sped along as he turned into the main road and you saw the delivery van ahead. There it is, you screamed, pointing at the truck and bouncing in your seat. Can I jump to the truck from my window like Brian O'Connor? No, Yin, this isn't a budget remake of Fast and Furious, your dad yelled with a smile on his face. Why is my dad suddenly so cool, you thought. As he pulled up alongside the van, you put your window down and flagged the driver. The poor guy did a double take when he saw you waving and put his window down. What's up? He called. You're under arrest, you shouted. Yin, your dad yelled. Oh my God, he growled. Sorry, he yelled to the driver. Could you please pull over? We think we left something in your van, your dad called to the driver, ducking his head and leaning slightly over into your seat so he could make eye contact with the guy while glancing at the road ahead to make sure he wasn't going to crash. The driver of the van nodded and pulled over and your dad did too. You jumped out immediately and ran to the back of the van, eagerly waiting for the driver to hop out and open the sliding door. As he opened it, you jumped up onto the tailgate and hopped inside. Where's the sound desk? You asked as you looked through all the wrapped items. At the back, he grunted as he hauled himself up into the back. He helped move some things aside, and you started tearing all the wrapping around the back of the desk. Your eyes lit up when you saw the USB still plugged into the back, and you almost wept for joy. It's here! You yelled with excited relief. It's here, thank God. What is it? The guy asked as you both hopped out of the van. Just my life, you deadpanned. Right, the guy replied. Thank you so much for stopping, you said gratefully. You've saved my ass. You're welcome, he replied in a confused voice. Later that night, you were on the phone to Jirou, telling her about what happened earlier. Your life is a Hollywood movie, she said with mortified amusement. It's almost as if someone has orchestrated my life right now, you sighed. Maybe someone is, Jirou replied cheekily. Stop, I'm getting the creeps, he replied with a laugh. Hey, how'd the practice for the festival go? You asked, changing subject quickly. Yeah, good, she replied. We're all set, I think. Awesome, you replied. I'm going to skip school on Wednesday and come, and then I'll go back to school in the afternoon and drop my final piece off, and it'll be all good. I've asked what the absolute deadline is, and the teacher said that she leaves school at 5 p.m, so I got plenty of time. Is that a good idea, Yin? Jirou deadpanned. No, but it'll be fine, you replied with a laugh, waving your hand in the air as you lay on the bed. Yin, you ding-dong, don't do that. Stay tuned for the next chapter, chapter 27, coming tomorrow.